Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have from Westboro, Patrice Peris. And Patrice is the owner and voice coach at Voice Studio in Westboro. Mm-hmm. And I found her card, and we just talked about it. I'm not sure if I saw it at Tatnuck, where they have a lot of them there as you walk out or come in the door. It's great. Or over at South Street Diner, which is a wonderful restaurant in, you've eaten there, right, in Westboro? Have you gone there? Then then I had to have found this at Tatnuck.
We're all over.
I found this card at Tatnuck. I'm pretty sure, because now when you go out of Tatnuck, there's like a railing with the newspapers.
There's a whole bunch of, and yes, I have put cards there. So I guarantee that's probably where, and it's so close to the studio too.
Yeah. So you went to Anna Maria?
Correct. Yeah.
College, and you majored in?
Music. So
you knew what you're going to do.
Yes.
Well, lucky. You're lucky.
Because I've been performing and singing, and since, it's kind of your standard, I think, when you find a lot of professional singers. It's like, I started when I was a kid and putting on shows.
High school, were you in?
High school, I did multiple different productions.
Where did you grow up, Patrice?
Shrewsbury.
Oh, yeah. Close?
So I'm close by.
Yeah, that is.
So
very good.
I grew up doing it, and then, come college, I decided to pursue it further, and I ended up at Anna Maria, kind of local. I stayed there a year and a half, and then I ended up by transferring out of it.
Yeah.
Great program. What I'll get into a little bit more about the studio is I'm more geared towards musical theater and contemporary. So it was a classical program, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's kind of my passion.
You like that, the theatrical part of it.
Yeah, I like the theater, and then contemporary. It's music. Yeah. It's performing. It's exuding emotion. I think,
How about like a Broadway production? Would that be the type of thing that would interest you? I grew up with that type of thing.
I actually have. Well, so the theater was my roots.
Yeah. In
like middle school and high school. Then in college, I went to Anna Maria, transferred, ended up at UMass Amherst.
Ah, yes.
And graduated with a theater degree. So I have that heavy background.
Yeah.
But then after college,
what are you going to do with it, right?
Well, that's exactly.
That's what I was thinking when I was like, what am I going to do with an art major? I don't know.
But you do. I think you find your path. That's the thing. So I ended up out of that, and then I was exploring the musical theater world, and I happened to fall upon this studio because I wanted to take lessons, vocal lessons. A studio in Boston, and they were more solo artists, contemporary, what you'd hear on the radio.
Yeah.
And I'd always been passionate about that. It just kind of was like a mystery. How do you go about doing that?
Sure.
So I ended up by going there as an artist and taking lessons. I eventually was hired on, became coach there, and then had my little guy. I have a little one.
Yeah. How many children do you have?
One.
You have girl, boy?
Boy. My little man.
How old now?
He's 3. He'll be 4.
Oh, you have a real little one.
Yeah. He's adorable. He's hysterical. He doesn't like me to sing. He's like, no.
So the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
He sings, but he's like, Mama. I was like today, like Thomas. He's like, no, Mama. I'm like, really? Really? It's cute. I'm like, you can have the spotlight. It's fine.
You better watch. Yeah. He may take right after you, too.
I hope so.
My son is very, very, very verbal.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for him to talk, but then you couldn't shut him up.
Yeah. That's this one. Oh. Singing, and then you catch him in like the corner singing.
And did he hear you sing?
Well, yeah. I mean, I
don't just
people laugh at me.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's just kind of, that's why I love working with artists.
Tell us about the Voice Studio.
So I ended up by falling there, and I never thought I was going to be a coach. Yeah. And they said, hey, you're doing really well. Like, would you like to do it? And I'm like, well, okay. But then when I had him, I left, and I took a little hiatus. It was like 9 months. And then I got the itch. To kind of get back into it, and I don't know, it's just I love helping people. Yeah. I think and I know my journey was like the mystery behind it. So when I opened my studio, I took kind of the pieces from a variety of programs that I studied, and I did even more research, because for me as a coach and as an artist, you can always learn.
Yeah.
So you always want to be on top of it, and you always want to be expanding. There's the core, there's the fundamentals, there's the foundation, and you need those. And those are kind of essential for any singing style.
So is the studio called completely the Patrice Paris Voice Studio,
Yep.
or just Voice Studio?
Patrice Peris Voice Studios.
And they're in Westboro. Where are
Easy
you
enough.
over there?
East Main Street. So I am by, I always say CVS as a landmark.
I know CVS.
Do you know
That's Route 30.
Arturo's restaurant? I had Arturo's.
Yeah, I know CVS and Arturo's and Route
Yeah.
30 in Westboro. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in the plaza across the street. There's like now.
There's a dentist. There's a site.
Yeah.
You're in there?
I'm in there.
Who knew?
I'm on the second floor.
You're
There's-
right there. How long
yeah.
have you been there?
3 years.
That's pretty good. That's real.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about. First of all, show us what you brought.
Okay. So what I brought is a little. So what the history of the studio is, I opened it up, and for me, I'm so passionate about it's more than just a voice studio. I love to give my guys an experience because I felt like as much as I loved my courses and my training growing up, I felt like when I walked out of college, I was like, how do you do this?
Sure.
So in opening up my own, what I pride myself on is being able to give the ones that want to do this. Okay, great. You want to, I'm bringing in Jessica Vosk next week for a master class. She was on Broadway.
Yeah.
So I'd like to bring in other people because I'd love collaborating.
Yeah.
But then I work with a studio out in Lowell who, Jared Hancock, I'll give him a shout out there. He has done, he's worked with major label artists like Neo and BB Rexa.
That's not your picture,
No.
though.
But what I do is...
She's your teacher, right?
Oh, and then this is my teacher.
Okay.
But to finish that thought there, so I'll do songwriting workshops. So it's a voice studio. Primarily, that's what you see on the card. But I like to create an atmosphere where someone can come and it's a one-stop shop. Is that how you say it? I
Sure.
always screw up those
One-stop
things.
shopping.
So you can. So this is, just.
Now, is that you?
This is me.
Yeah.
Does it not look like it's a
Okay,
photo shoot?
it's a different hairdo. I like your bangs now.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a little
your
soft.
hairdo
We go
right now. I love
a
it.
little edgy. Well, you like the
Yeah,
bangs.
I do like it.
I'm aiming to go a little shorter. I might be going your route.
I like it.
We went yesterday,
I
got
like-
a little trim.
Yeah, that's a good picture. But I love this hairstyle you have.
Thank
Very
you. So that was a little promo piece I did because I did the Red Sox.
Hold it so
This-
that Paul can zero in on that.
Oh, 0.
And it
yes.
says the national anthem, correct?
for the Red Sox.
Did you sing it yourself?
I did.
You did?
I
When
did.
was this? When
this
did I-
summer.
When I missed that?
I know. How did you
Did they
miss
introduce
that?
you?
Yeah. So I because you have to on the field. I've
Okay.
done. Yeah.
All right.
So that was
All right. You
getting
got
that?
that? Yeah. You got that
Okay.
one.
perfect.
And then who's Whitney Doucette?
Now, Whitney is my co-pilot. I love Whitney. Whitney is another vocal coach at the studio, and I have here with her. So we're kind of like,
Patriots.
she did the Patriots.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna we have to represent,
How do they find you girls?
So I mean, it's resume building. So for
Yeah.
my guys, and then this right here is just a collage of different things that this is. I help provide entertainment for the Westboro Spring
I don't know
Festival.
if we can get this one in a kind of small, or can you zero in this file? There was a Westboro Spring list this past year?
Yep, I've done it for the past few years. There's that. There's a whole bunch of.
Go back your first one so
oh,
he can.
sorry,
so
Paul.
he was just beginning to.
He's like,
That's the
"Great."
Spring Festival. Hang
This
on to
is
that
the
for a
Spring
minute.
Festival.
And
so
you sang there.
I didn't. I helped provide artists. So I
Oh.
love to
Yeah.
book my artists.
Yeah.
Like right now, this coming weekend, there is so many events happening. I'm going to bring about 12 to 15 students to the new cafe for their open mic.
Yeah.
I booked Faneuil Hall last weekend, so I had artists performing there.
Yeah.
They're going to go back
Okay.
to Faneuil Hall on December 16th.
Mhm.
I have the Jingle Bell Run for Boston booked for them this season.
So you're like their publicist too.
I don't want them to the degree of I want them to know how to do it because I can handle what I can handle.
Sure.
I'm an artist. I
Yeah.
also record. I have a song coming out next. It's like, there's only so much I can do.
So Patrice,
But-
in all your years, how long have you been doing this? Since you left college, how long has it been since you've been doing this voice with other
Oh,
people?
with other people, coaching in particular,
Mm.
I think it's been about 10, 12 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. How can
Yeah.
people reach you?
Okay, so you can reach me. The studio website is www.patrice, Patrice, think Pat Rice, Peris, Peris, like Paris, but instead of an A&E, Voice Studios, and studios is plural, .com. On there you can find all the contact. You can also take that right there, Patrice Paris Voice Studios at gmail.com. You can contact me there. Find Instagram, Facebook.
What are your classes? What are you?
Yeah, it's private, mostly private.
Oh, it's private, okay.
Mm-hmm. But run small group classes where they can focus more on performance. So right now currently I have a small group going with a few artists, and I try and set those up with the ages that's appropriate.
Do any of the high schools, the production want you there to help? That'd be great.
It would be fun. I think when a few years back, someone had approached me about doing something, but time-wise, I never say no. I haven't been approached recently in any, but
maybe they need to know more about what you're there, because what you have is a gym. Yeah. I mean, the kids in the middle school putting a show on, high school, maybe not so much with the little ones, I don't know, but as they get more serious into it and older, I can remember back to high school, and you would have been very coveted. Yeah. Oh, yeah, not just the music director, and he was, directing the band. Yeah. But you would have been great to coach the lead in the show, and the rest of us who were in the background, the chorus. I think that would have been great. That would be excellent. These kids, a lot of them they're serious about acting or something like this. Yeah, especially even at college, people who are interested. Have you thought of going back to Anna Maria and teaching or working there?
I haven't. I'm so busy. Yeah. This is the thing that comes up, is I wish I could there's so many ideas. I always have ideas, and it's but Anna Maria is a little bit more classical, and it's beautiful.
Or UMass.
And it's,
go back to
I know.
And Emerson is where my parents met. Mom was in theater.
Okay.
Dad was going into radio. So they're pretty broadcasting or very the arts oriented. Yeah. Emerson. That's another one you'd be excellent at.
I know. Well, I like these. I
got so many ideas. Do you give presentations, even if it's at a local library?
You know what? I would love. I have. Yeah. The seminar route. I would love to, only because again, I remember in high school being like, okay, what is the path
What's
to
the next
do
way?
this?
And you're the one. You could speak at something even like Tatnook in Westboro.
Yeah,
they have a beautiful room in the back.
Yeah.
Not just authors. You probably could get in. Well, you were talking about you might have a book, so you get there and sell that at the same time, and or book sign, this type of thing. And there's so much you could do to get the word out about you.
Yeah.
I mean, I was lucky I found her card. Again, we're talking with Patrice Peris, and she is the owner and the voice coach at Patrice Peris Voice Studios in Westboro. Again, Patrice, where are you located?
I am located at 57 East Main Street, Westboro, Mass.
And I pass you all the time.
You'll have to stop by and have a lesson. Oh my gosh.
When I go down there, I know that there's a UMass medical branch further down the road. Okay. Before you pass the post office. I know exactly where you're, right across from CVS. Yeah. That's a big plot. That's a nice big brick plot. Is it brick? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It has that big in the front, kind of. It's got
there's a beautiful clock on there.
Yeah. There's a dentist up there.
Yeah. There's a dentist. There's an orthodontist. There is a dance studio, which is amazing.
There's psych counseling upstairs. Staff here. Okay, so if anybody knows about that, that's up there.
There is a violin. There's a you know what I was so thrilled about? This is so bad. I am a coffee lover.
Starbucks?
Anything. I'm not. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna sound so bad. Maybe to the Starbucks people, they'd be like, "Really?" I'm like, I love it all. Yeah. And they opened a gourmet donut, so there's now gourmet donuts. People will laugh at me.
In that place, in the where is the first floor?
No, it's right on the side. There was a honeydew, so it's so convenient.
So there's a gourmet donuts.
Yes.
Where Honeydew used to be.
Yes.
Across from CVS.
Yes. So now I can just pull in. It's the most wonderful thing.
So
in the
you
world.
highly recommend it. How's the price though?
It's okay. No, I mean, you know what? If you, from Starbucks, I always get, I love Starbucks, but I always get confused because I'm like sitting there in line. I'm like, okay, can I have what is it? I just want a large.
Yeah, I know. And they have so many choices.
Like it's venti or it's, grande venti.
Latte.
Oh my God.
Mocha.
Mocha. I don't
But
know.
you know, if there's some young girls and guys out there, Patrice, who are interested in singing and performing, doing what, that type of thing, what would you suggest to them? Say they're in high school right now or middle school. What would you suggest they aim for as far as education and that?
It depends on their avenue. So, like, if they want to do the theater route, they want to do Broadway, get lots of show, either realm. If they want to be a recording artist signed to a label, or they want to be in the Broadway realm, they should be doing shows. So in the musical theater world, there's Theater 411. Give them a plug because it's a great site. I'm always recommending to my guys.
Can you find that on Google?
Yep, you can
Theater
find it on
411.
Google.
Okay.
Yep, and you can, that lists all the local places. So be active in your high school, but be active in the community, in auditioning. You just have to audition. Right now I am scouting for the show The Voice. I work with a casting director, so what I do is I send her videos for people for private auditions.
Oh, so you actually film their audition?
I film it, but I send it to a casting,
Yeah.
and she lets me know, send so-and-so for private. It's not open to the public,
Yeah.
and people have to be ready for it. So, but that being said, that's, you want to just be auditioning.
Sure.
You should just be doing.
Keep getting out there.
Fine-tune your skill, in no business. It is not just, you have your creative realm, and then you have your business realm.
Do you train, let's say somebody wants to do this type of thing, but their voice isn't that hot. Can you train them how to do, is that hard to do?
Not if they're passionate. I've had such good talent, but they're your natural talent that you go, okay, great, that person's got it. But they're not like hardworking.
Yeah.
And so therefore that person who technically someone would write them off and be like, but they're so just driven and passionate.
And there's alto, soprano. And
there's all different levels. We have to have enough dynamic.
I
need
think
to
I'm
have
an
enough
alto.
movement.
Yeah, alto. I can't hit soprano too well.
I work with, you want to know where your voice is best suited.
Right.
And so in the musical theater world, you do have those categories. In the contemporary world, it's just either one. You want to have enough movement that you can. But for me, the most important thing is what I always tell my guys, and I have a written up program that I've designed. And in the beginning, I just say, what my job as a coach, what our job when I have Whitney is as a coach is to get people to really get to a point where they can effectively communicate a song, give an emotional performance.
Yes, type of thing.
Yes, but you can't. It sounds easy, but if you're thinking of like, God, how am I breathing? Or when it comes to performing, what am I doing with my hands?
Overthinking it.
Yeah.
Just feel it.
You have to, but you have to have technical realm in the sense of, because you're going to be worried if you're going to hit a note.
But
or
how
like,
do you teach somebody if they don't have, now I grew up in a family where we all talked up, but somebody who wants to do this, but they come to you and they're more introverted. How do you teach them? Like you've got to be expressive.
Training, coach. There's the breathing. There is the vocal realm of it.
Yeah.
But then I do performance workshops. I do different things. I work with.
Do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do songwriting, performance workshops. Branding. I have a good friend of mine who she lived in LA and she had kids and she moved back here and she worked for, she's worked all the red carpets. So I've recruited her to come. She was a casting agent, talent coordinator. She freelances for in the top media, but I bring her in to help coach, or do different things or just working on the branding. So it's a process.
How many hours a day do you work, Patrice? Do you have a breath of fresh air? Do you have a child?
I know. I'm up every night, Lee. I don't,
A night owl, another one.
I'm such a night owl.
Oh, me too. What time do you get to bed?
Like 2.
Yeah,
2.
Are you reading though, or what are you doing?
Work.
On the computer and everything?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then can you sleep late? Well, not with a little one.
Not really.
What do you do for sleep?
That's coffee. And he's up at like, say 7:30, right? 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, I just let everyone in on my sleeping habits.
Hey,
now you
I've told them all about What time do your classes begin over there?
It depends on the day. Today's a little later day. I'm here. But it will start anywhere 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I'll go until about 8, 8:30,
How many people a day do you think you can squash in?
Squash them all in. So between me and my other coach, the right now is about, I would say, and I have to go back and count. I do try and just kind of see where we're at, but I think about like 75.
In one day?
No! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Oh,
yes, there's about 75. I'm like that. You look good out. You look good out.
Yeah, sing, but you're done.
Like,
no.
What?
So
who is she?
What is this 75 number? What is that for a week?
Yeah, that's what it, like, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not per day.
So it's about an hour, hour and a half per session?
Half an hour
Yeah.
to an hour. I do half an hour, an hour.
What about
session.
parents? Can they come with their youngster or who's learning, or is it all adults?
Oh, it's all ages. I have from like 5 to literally 70.
So if some little girl is studying is going to be Annie in the school production, mom can still bring her over to you to really learn how to.
Yeah.
Have you done that? Is it hard to work with the kids?
Now, this is what I say with parents with kids. It's an investment in anything. You're investing to come to the lesson. Sure. So you try it out a month, see how it goes, because every kid's individual. Yeah. Some are like, woo, I want to do this, and you see them and you're like, wait, you're like more determined than like some of the adults. Yeah. Like, what's happening? But so you can. With kids, it's a little different of a process in the sense of you're working on the program, but you're trying to make it in a creative way. Like, except for my little one, like, Simon Says. All right, Simon Says,
Yeah.
But like, get that repetition in.
Sure.
It can be a slower process, but it can, everyone's so different.
Do you give people homework after they come?
Yeah.
So practice this at home.
You have to.
Okay. And they come every week?
Yep. On it, I have a few every other.
Yeah.
And that I only would really recommend for adults.
How long though? A month, 2 months, 3 months, 4, 5, 6 months? How long?
That they stay with me?
Yeah.
My gosh, I've had students for years.
Oh, really? That's cool. That is very flattering. Let me tell you, they like you.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because it's a process. Yeah. This isn't going to happen. I wholeheartedly believe that anyone can do it.
Yeah.
It's the reality is time. You're not going to become, for some reason people think singing, they sing artist and it's an overnight success. I'm like, no, you do not, as you know from what you do, from being a publicist and you have to be so dedicated to it. You have to be so driven for it. If you want the highest realm. So people don't go to like, a CEO of a company and go, why didn't you do this in 6 months? It's like, it's kind of bizarre and ridiculous to think that way. Yeah. So with the singer and an artist, if you're working on, again, whatever realm, Broadway realm, I can't talk, no, or I can sing, or in the artist, in the contemporary world, in that field, recording artist, it's time. You have to, and that I always fight because we're in such an instant world. We can Google. We can jump online.
You can't Google your voice.
You can't. There's no way around hard work and really refining your craft.
Do people ever come to you after having a throat surgery procedure and they're learning to re-speak?
I have had a few, the speaking realm, I've done like a few. I've had people that want to work on projection, and that can be a fairly quick process, and giving them a few exercises, a few tips there. Have I had, there have been people, I'm currently working with someone they need to get scoped and kind of figure out what's happening there. But kind of working on, like where that sound needs to go to for vocal health. Sure. I kind of always say nothing's right or wrong, but
look
there's
what happened to Joan
health.
Rivers.
Yeah.
Gee, the anesthesiologist botched that one up. It should have been a very simple procedure. I think they were just going to do something with her vocal cords.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, in and out, and the woman dies because of the negligence. Oh my God!
I know.
I couldn't believe that. That's such a no surgery is super, but I mean it was probably in and out that day, and they probably just, I don't know if they knocked her out or they just gave her heavy sedation, but whatever it is, she never came back.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of that type of thing, someone who does come back from it and they come to you and they say, I'm in a production and I need to get back up to speed again.
Yeah. Yeah.
All ages, right?
Yeah.
What's your oldest client? How old?
Oh my goodness. 70?
He's still pretty young.
Oh, you know what? Honestly,
yeah.
you watch some of the older individuals,
Yeah.
and they're like gun ho, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
because if you just put in the work, I mean, everyone's what the goal is.
Would
is
you say
really-
you have more baby boomers, millennials? What do you call
I'm
it?
trying to
World War
figure
II?
out what are like the different age. Okay,
All right, I'll
someone
tell you.
was
My
telling
son's 25. He's a millennial.
me. Okay.
But in
what's
between that is a
before-
Gen Xer. In between that is a Gen Xer. Maybe the
Okay.
the mid-late 30s up to about 50. That's Gen X.
Okay.
Or maybe like 52, 54. If you're born between 1946 and 64, you are a boomer.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the boomer.
And okay,
What's okay? I'm trying. And then what's before the 25? What do they call that? What are they?
I don't know what he has two little babies. My son, he's millennial.
Yeah.
He started at 19. He's got two little
Yeah.
ones. I don't know what they are. Creatures? I don't
Someone
know what
told
they
me
are.
recently, like Crystal. I have no clue.
I don't know. The greatest generation, of course, are our parents, the grandparents. And then there's the people now in their mid-70s. I think they were called the silent generation.
Oh,
They
jeez.
were probably born 1941, 42, 43, 44, before 1946.
Yeah.
But it's a fascinating thing, this generation. So you're not sure what the
I guess the bulk of my guys would be in the pre-millennial.
the real young
Like,
ones.
well, not. I mean, I have a good strong crew right now of like
Yeah.
8 to like 11, and then a good chunk of like teens, and then a fair amount of like the 20s
Yeah, that's
and
millennial.
30.
That group
yeah.
is definitely.
So like all within that range there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd say the vast majority is within that.
Patrice, again, how can people reach you?
Okay, so you can find me on any social media outlet, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you just put in Patrice Paris Voice Studios, and wow, we pop up. And then you can also go to www.patriceparisvoicestudios.com. And there's my website, and there's contact information. There is a list of updates of events that the artist from the studio will be performing at. There's more information about the program. You can set up a free voice consultation, and you can come in and personally learn more.
Can you come in and just have a consultation with you?
Yeah.
You can come to,
I have a free one. I do that because I think it's important for people to meet.
Mhm.
There's so many great coaches. I'm not on.
And your energy would be contagious to so many people. You need that. You just show it, and that's exciting. And if you're interested in something, I don't know about anybody else, but boy, if I see somebody like Patrice, that gets me really okay. Let's really do this. No, she's not only the owner of Patrice Peris Voice Studios, but she is a coach over there.
Mhm.
How many other coaches do you have? Or you're the main one?
No, I have Whitney as well.
Okay. So you have
Whitney.
two
Yep,
coaches.
2 coaches.
Do you have any other staff, or is it you and Winnie?
It's me, Whitney, and then I have a fabulous girl. And we're all artists, which is super fun.
Yeah.
And she is helping me remotely right now
Yeah.
from Nashville because she moved down there. Kate Toole.
Ah, yeah.
And she helps to book gigs, help me with administrative stuff, whatever
Sure.
needs there. So
Yeah.
I call her weekly. I called her this morning. I'm like, okay, Kate, this is what's happening. And
Yeah.
so
Yep.
I need that because for what I want to do, because it's important that, outside of the voice lessons, I'm able to, you have what you do in the classes and in the studio. But for me, it's like, let's get out there in the world. You're just singing for me, but
Sure.
let me get you to perform at an open mic. We've done Technic Book.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I did. I haven't done it recently.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned earlier, the upcoming step for the season is we just passed one where I had guys. I work with Faneuil Hall and Kate helps me obviously on that end of
How
like.
about Mechanics Hall in Worcester or
That would be amazing.
what is that? The Hanover Theater.
Yeah, Hannah would
You
be
must
great.
go to some productions over there.
My mom volunteers there, and she's
We introduced one of the aisle he's a docent over there. He's an older gentleman.
Mhm.
He was fascinating.
yeah.
They really work. They really work. Patrice, thanks so much for being
Oh
on the
my
show.
gosh, pleasure. Thank
See how
you.
quickly it goes?
I know. What is time goes fast? Oh my gosh! See, I
There's
always
some-
go for these sayings and then I can't say them.
Yeah.
Time goes fast when you're having fun.
There you are.
Here we go.
Thank you so
All
much. And
right,
we'll see you next
pleasure.
time on Be My Guest.
Bye.